Greetings everyone, please give me make sure everything's set on up. Let's go, the live stream's up and going. Looks like that's all up and going. Disable preview over here. Looks like everything's booted up. Give me a moment to check my other computer. And looks like everything's good to go. I need to get a drink. Hold on. There we go. Just gotta grab a drink from down below and let's go ahead and get started. I do have a hand replays I picked up from Discord, so let's start off with those. One thing I need to do is this. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age Mythology replay. Spawn on bottom right side as the red Loki. You got Ley Line Leia. Spawn on top left side as a Cyan. I can never remember these names. Fuxi. You got Weed Punt. And of course have the early Peach Blossom here. Very good. Gotta go for that immediately. Start getting into resource generation. There could be argument made. You can save the first 100 favor to get out the second one up and going. If there's hectic torches in the field, of course, it can be reduced down to 90 favor, which could be quite nice. Though I've never really seen PA players go for double Peach Blossom. It does summon out a Panda, which is nearly bulletproof, and you can't eat it for some odd reason. A lovely Panda. He climbs, tumbles, and rolls. Cannot be hunted. Shame. And we do have the Spy located on top of the Kafu. That's probably a good target to put your Spy. Overall, look how tall he is. He has a pretty good line of sight of everything.
Tilbúin.
Of course, this benefit here, villagers get gather all resources 10% faster between yin and yang, which I think, one increases resources, the other increases damage or attack speed output. I can't remember exactly. Another Kafu now deployed in the field. Of course, just the early eco phase. This is the Fample. You have 4 set even queued on up. Give access to Troll, Hall of Thanes, Dwarven Breastplate, and of course the Cave Troll. Blue is currently aging up to, or Science been aging up to Chuyu. I don't think I've ever seen this one, or maybe I have. Yazi. Maybe it's the lesser of the selected Chinese gods, I think. At least the replays I cast. Which does give access to Dragon Dog with Sword. Or I see also a leopard print there. I don't know how to call it. Don't know much about Chinese mythology. It's a repeat wannabe. Heading down south. First is going to intercept it. Does get a Dwarven Calibers there. Sequence costs less. Very, very nice there. Yazi's heading down south. It does have a jump attack or a teleport attack there to quick closing distance. Does see it right there. Percy, of course, easily wins this fight. After all, a hero. Yazi's a pretty good, what's it called? Harassment tool. We also got Yang for increased damage by 10% for all human soldier and siege weapons. So, does not affect heroes nor myth units. Does also has access to Lightning Blades, which does give his units a percentage stun attack, which is quite nice. Loki, of course, has healing spree he can always summon later on. We're going for some raiding cavalry. Cyan has now deployed a secondary town center. Red has not gone for one. They're going to go for a bit of raid instead. Loki has a bit of wood stored and up. Storms some raiding cavalry.
Yo.
Raiding cavalry now moving around. Raiding cavalry rotating around. Of course, with the spy there, he does spot the one that's not a spy. Why focus him down first? Howdy. Does get inside the sentry towers, even though they're taller than sentry towers. Well, that consumes all his population space. 1 out of 10, so Superior is not. He can fit 10 more or 9 more of those guys. Though granted, that is Age of Empires line of thinking. After all, you can put a whole bunch of elephants inside of a transport. Though they did made it so in Age of Empires 2, you can put if you max out a transport with elephants, it will actually start sticking elephant heads out of the transport. As a fun nod of that stupid logic. Oops. I've got, even though I am in the spectator mode, you can't, you can pick on the buttons. It does go for, sounds like another Sky Lantern perhaps. Could say for some more favor for another Cherry Blossom. Good number of fire archers in the field. They're anti-structure, anti-infantry. We do have the little man. I don't know what to call him. Nezha. Still not familiar with it, but offers quite a bit of fire damage later on, which is just a form of lingering damage. Do have now some halberdiers employed in the field, a counter cavalry unit. Over here, do you now have the medium rating cavalry rotating around?
Skipan.
Looks like when the Kafu do go down, but not the spy.
Yao.
And looks like the last of the gazelles are starting to clean that up. There's still one more gazelle filled with 200 delicious food. Raiding cavalry rotating around. I think it should go for a healing spring, please. There's the healing spring. A good number of them are quite wounded. If it's going to go push forward for a bit of raid, I say leave these super wounded ones behind. Definitely these two. Argument for this one and this. Leave the two super wounded ones behind and send the other ones forward. You now have another queue. Got Nuba. Give access to Goddess of Drought. That's not exactly a goddess you want to worship. Focus on myth units and ranged soldiers. Give access to Tao Tui. That myth unit that sprints, charges head, and headbutt structures. With the civilizations, they added in the what's it called? Oh yeah, they were adding in some Japanese ones, right? Don't know if that actually is fully released. I need to check up on that. I think that was releasing in November. That may have been Age of Empires 4. I need to double check that. Hell, haven't seen the new one. They did add the Chinese in a not so recent update, if that's what we're referring to. And it's actually a bit more fleshed out, unlike the extended edition. Another raiding cavalry there. The halberdiers and all these forces do fall back there. Needs have the halberdiers engaged. There are the county cavalry units there. Pioneer does go down, and the rest of these forces now falling on back. Got the age up there for the from Nuba. No, this is a different one I was thinking of. This is the Bao Wu. That's the one that's charged around and does headbutts. This one devours humans with its special ability, good against human soldiers, so it sounds like an early insta-kill unit. And Lucas and Pumbaa here now being obtained. Yeah, I need to look up, after this game I can look up, see if the Japanese ever got added in the game. I know it has a bit more focus on the yokai, which is like the Japanese mythological creatures. Though a lot of Japanese and Chinese things do share some names and as well as some myths. So like the Greeks and Egyptians of the Sphinx. These guys now falling on back. I heard a good number of heroes being created. We do have now the Yang Dynasty just got deployed in the field, so all these guys can get plus 10 damage. And Loki did age up to Baragi to get access to flaming weapons in the battle boar. Good number of Pursuers. I always find Mass Pursuers a little bit more of a trap unit, but for Loki, of course, can get a chance of free myth units, so that's a good reason why to go for them. You also have a troll here to help troll his opponent. Villagers getting bopped by the Herseers. And the troll's going to be throwing rocks at the granary, or silo. Oh, does get another free troll there. It throws a rock on that villager, gets trolled.
Yo.
Some villagers went down there. We do have now the white horse cavalry being deployed in the field. And a good number of the an extra Tau Tai, which are going to be virtualized by Herseers. If you're fighting against Loki, you tend to see a good number of Herseers for the 3 myth units, that's for sure. Good number of Pioneers here. Flame weapons developed by Red does get free draw out, does offer divine damage, of course does less damage for some of these units, and immediately gets popped by the Pioneers. Among these recorded, including the Battle Boar. Tau Tai will keep going down there. More raiding cavalry can play forward. Medium infantry now being researched by Red, so these are just regular throwing axemans. Flame weapons is almost expired, or extinguished, I should say. As extinguished. And remember, we still got the spy here, so he knows about those villagers.
Tilbuin.
Heavy cavalry being researched by Loki now.
Skipan.
Watchtower firing away. Of course, this military camp slowly going on down. Raiding cavalry going for a raid. Red has a number of villagers on the corners. They are exposed, but offense is the best defense. They have concealment at least. Cyan is definitely taking a hit there, but Red doesn't have too many forces traveling forward and will take a bit of time to destroy these structures. Watchtowers, of course, are decent. And we got good number of fire archers here. Fire archers have been a great option. After all, fire archers are anti-infantry, which is most of the composition of the Norse. We do have the extra trolls being employed in the field. More pioneers, another Tau T. Looks like Red's been quite consistent with the Herseers and throwing accent, which are both countered by fire archers. Another troll there. He's getting a good number of 3 trolls. Does troll those fire archers. And I won't stop saying that joke. We do now have another town center being established by Cyan. Red only has 1 town center, so Cyan has a good amount of extra villagers, but Red is doing a good job of calling those extra villagers. It does take out the Kafu there, which also did play the end God Power sound effect there to alert Cyan the fact that God Power has, and in this case, a spy. A spy is no more. Proxy Hill Fort now being set, probably going to go for some battering rams. Very good number of these fire archers there. Still just medium fire archers, but if he doesn't have enough head archers there on the field, he doesn't need the heavy fire archers. More ready cavalry being established there to engage the fire archers. Very good idea. Let's go for a number of Javeliers that I disagree with. They are anti-range units, which are good against throwing axemen, but fire archers are also good against throwing axemen. Since throwing axemen are classified both as infantry and range soldiers, I've been liking the fact that they've been adding little descriptors to the units. Or some of them, at least. I think they should add a descriptor of what their unit types is for all units. Just so there's no confusion. Some of them are pretty obvious, since most cavalry are cavalry, and the few ranged cavalry do at least get looked at as ranged cavalry. Hill Fort deployed in the field. We do have some siege crossbows being deployed for countered. Medium battle swords being established as well. Bulky frontline infantry units there. There's the Baule there, which is the fortress. They got that structure there. Portable battery rounds being deployed on the field. How portable. Another free Draugr. And looks like he got a bit stunned there. I'm not sure what caused the stun. Could have been that one of the heroes. Oh, looks like the lightning weapons have been used in one of the fights there. I'm not sure what unit. Per location, cutting lightning heroes and ships grant exchange stun. I assume there's a time effect over time, rather than a one-time cast on a group of units. Maybe it is. Siege crossbow firing away. We got the bear here standing up. And more pioneers, more of the white horse cavalry, halberdiers, fire archers. Oh, nice mixed army there from the Chinese. We have another battle board. The battle board is a good good crowd control myth unit. Bucks and kicks around. I think its attack animation was sped up because it provided too much battle. Ooh, 3 and Hare. That's pretty good. And Hare's are pretty good pulse multipliers. Battleborn and Taltai does go down, then Hare is still alive, so maybe pull back on Hare a little bit. It's pretty good myth unit, one of the better tier 2 myth units from Norse. The problem is, Heimdall, the god you get it from, is not very good for everything else. His god power is still pretty good under mine, but his upgrades are pretty weak. Good myth unit, good god power, bad upgrades, so you're going to have to really focus him to get any good value out of him. Good number of pioneers in the field, which are in fact ranged soldiers, so Huskarls will be a good counter to them. As well as the fire archers, which technically get countered by them, but it's still probably a good idea to go for a large number of Huskarls with this number of pioneers in the field. More battle boars being established. Raiding cavalry also a good anti-range unit. But he has a number of halberdiers. Does get an upgrader there. The master weaponry greatly ensnares cavalry units on hits, so greatly reduces movement speed. Another Yazi deployed in the field. Yang just got deployed in the field, so gets plus 6 damage. Oh, does go ahead and convert some of his villagers to Huskarls. Sun engage. Taltai is there. Raiding cavalry being pulled up by red. Loki does have defeats this amount of manpower, so has control of Beacon Springs. His quality leaves nearby structures to aid in that. Got a bit of a choke point there by Cyan or by red. Taltai immolates some of these forces there. Another Draugr deployed in the field. The fun there's a lot of myth units in the field. The mini gets picked off there. Yeah, right now I'm wondering if Huskarls would be a good choice as well as the raiding cavalry. There's a large amount of pioneers, so myth units just not going to cut it. Those villagers got hit pretty hard there.
Yow.
Some raiding cavalry deployed out there. He did go and queue up rallies here. Something you actually don't see in Age of Mythology too often. It's something you see all the time in Age of Empires 2, but not in Age of Mythology for some odd reason. Huskarls being deployed in the field. That must come from villagers being promoted. That is a desperate gambit. He has 33 villagers, was 84. Number of pioneers go down. This does give him the burst strength to counterattack, but it is a very big double-edged sword. Let's see, Loki has actually a big stockpile of food now, realizing, so maybe the economy balance is a bit of a Loki's issue at the moment. He needs more dwarves. He's going just for more gatherers. All of his dwarves do cost gold. Gatherers are equal to villagers, so they don't have any negatives. Oh, got another electric weapon supply there. Doesn't last too long. More raiding count pushes forward. Yeah, because some are a bit hard to track. We got free Frost Giant there. He's been mostly getting trolls from his free Mythos, so he actually got tier 3 or age 3 Mythos this time, which is significantly have firepower and damage. And the raiding count pushes forward is exactly because that round of Huskar is what Red need to get back to the game, but he needs more civilians. He needs to sell perhaps some food to get some gold. His gatherers are equal to other villagers, just that dwarves have a bit more of an extreme effect. While his gatherers are just normal.
Skip.
I pick off some of these units here. Good number of villagers here. Actually, there's a large number of villagers. If Red's able to engage the villagers, that could be massive. He has 200 favor at the moment. Needs a little bit more to get out. Blame weapons would be great. He's starting to call all of these villagers off. Science is losing. He has about 4 groups of villagers getting hit at once. This is massive. Science starting to get some forces here. So trading villagers for training time. Not great, but not like he had a choice. Cyan gets called down to 62 villagers. He just lost about 20. Red gets up to 41. For a very large number of raiding cavalry and reactions, he still has a massive food reserve, so he has plenty of food for raiding cavalry. They're heavy in gold. Throwing axemen is next. Similar next. Cyan's now down to 56 villagers. Massive calling there by Red. I think that wave of Huskar was actually allowed him to turn the tides of the game. You actually don't see people get the Huskar spoiled on the field, and usually just Last Gambit. In this case, far better than Last Gambit. It's one of the few times where the Norse can actually pull an all-in like that. But in this case, it wasn't all-in. That's the closest thing I can get from comparison. Besides losing more and more of these villagers, did not sequester them into the ballet or anything of that sort. Could have saved them. That's probably a big issue there. More science villagers going to go on down. Raiding cavalry has all been a great idea since they're of course an anti-range unit. I was saying Huskars, but the raiding cavalry did that job very well. And Cyan backs of the game. What an excellent play there by Red. Whether or not if that person realized that converting all those Huskars in order to turn the tides was necessary. Either way, that's, I believe, what exactly happened. This is Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Browse more replays. I think that was the top one. I'm just gonna go to this one just in case. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Mythology replay. So on the left side, as the red Thor, we have Dagon. DOD, Dagon. And DOD is also short for Deities of Dead. Death? Of Dead. Death. I completely butchered that, and that's also where I got the replay from their Discord server. So on the right side, as the purple Uxie, we have Captain Nwarf, who's obtaining some delicious hippopotamus, who contains 500 delicious food in them. When it comes to relics of the map, which may play importance, we got Gambiton's Odin's Wand. Temple research is 25% cheaper, including favor. That's quite nice. Oh, we got the Fetters of Fenrir. Increased village attack, which is probably best useful for the Kafus. But even then, if you're using village for the fight, either something gone very wrong or very right. Over here we do have Histella's Hearth, and not for this one. Villagers train 5% faster. That's not too bad, that's actually pretty nice. And the last relic on the map got Sistrum of Bas. Villagers are 50% cheaper, which is a pretty good combo to the one that just got claims right there. Huskarl says hi. Oh, she says hi to that pioneer quite often. Follows him home and gets picked off. Got penetrated quite a bit by some arrows. Tempo now being employed on the field. And has, of course, gone for the Peach Blossom. I always forget to keep an eye on this thing. Generates 2 resources per second. Or 2 resources per... generate 2 resources per stockpile, or... how to put it? Stockpiles 2 resources per second. And you could task it to be any resource. At least I've only seen wood and or gold and food. Actually, I'm assuming you could turn it to wood. Most of the time, this argument made that gold and food are the best. I do think it could be a good idea for the player to immediately try to rush out a second one just to get another stockpile going. Generally, I would say it's best to go for food or gold. Food is very finite on the map and also very delicious. Well, gold is also very finite. Wood is of course the most abundant. But, and of course, food and gold is something you need the most due to the nature of the age-ups. You do have a troll for the field. That was a free troll from Forsetti. The troll didn't troll the hero, Nazar, which he grows up per age. And there's the pioneer engaging the temple there. Herseer's engaging. Neza has 9.9, which is 8.3 DPS, so slow attack speed, has decent amount of health. Herseers are weaker, of course, are numerous. This is 1. And cost favor, while Herseers do not cost favor. They generate favor. Fire Archers, of course, a counter infantry unit, as well as a counter structure unit. So throwing axemen will not be good against them. They get countered by them, so best use Huskarls, which is not possible for anybody but Freyr in Age 2. But probably a good idea to go for raiding cavalry. And yeah, that's it. Just go for raiding cavalry against these guys. Pioneers are also classified as a ranged soldier, so they also get countered by various cavalry units. But of course, those units do get countered by these halberdiers. I see Thor is actually low in gold, so he doesn't have a dwarf queue going. He's actually losing a decent number of villagers. We also don't see the standard, he's Thor. No dwarven armory boom. There's Yazi, his free myth unit. It is a sprinting, let's see, leopard printed dragon doggo with a sword in its mouth. In other words, a discount repeat. Temple does get destroyed, so it does reveal... Oh, he had 4 relics on the side. I didn't realize he had that many. Wasn't paying close attention to that. The Pioneer's going to do a quick smash and grab. There's a decent number of them here, right? Oh yeah, I forgot that's still the same voice lines you use in Age of Empires 3. There's electric stun weapons. Lightning weapons there. Gets a timed stun possible effect. But some of these heroes here could go ahead and grab those relics. Do a bit of a smash and grab. There's at least 3 heroes there. I'm assuming this little man can pick up a relic. Actually, not as sure. All things being researched, increasing infantry and hero speed. There's not infrastructure going down there. And we know Thor had villager production issues. Oh, there's the Yazi moving around. A great number of fire archers. Going to long houses and engage the fire archers. We do now have the sky lanterns being deployed in the field. Hasn't getting hit there a little bit. I hear relics sounds, and oh, that's just the horses picking up all the relics, probably. I mentioned does now try and pursue these guys. We do have a forward granary here, silo. That's why to permanently obtain this healing spring, so the silo has to go down in order for Red to reclaim it. A couple of Yazis moving around. Does avoid Dwarven Gold Mine. He must be getting a little bit desperate. He goes for an H2 Dwarven Gold Mine. And while he has not obtained this one entirely, having trouble locking this one down. Villager getting picked off there. Temple now being deployed on the field. Trying to get those relics in there, which also will give them a decent amount of favor generation. Raiding cavalry advancing. Got some halberdiers, but they're Dark Age halberdiers. Yazi teleporting forward. Yeah, there's just way too many halberdiers for the raiding cavalry pushing forward. They're also Dark Age raiding cavalries. And trying to pick off this silo with some Huskarls. Now there's a Dwarven armor going on up. Yazi moving around. No watchtowers to defend. Yazi gets picked off. They're surrounded. Raiding cavalry moving around. He has obtained the healing spring, so decided to not lock it down. Some of these structures are going down. And of course, with this healing spring now reclaimed by Magenta, you can send some of these units to get healed on up. Particularly this hero, who doesn't, I believe, have any... Oh, does have some health, or does or doesn't have health regen. At least with the healing spring nearby, does have some health regen. Upgrades going, including now Hammer of Thunder, giving Herseers increased damage with more favor generation. Good number of those halberdiers are there. Best way to counter it is with probably throwing axemans. Throwing axeman does get countered there. After all, these guys do bonus infantry, and throwing axemen are ranged infantry. Raiding cavalry decides to go for a counterattack. That's actually another good idea he could do. Offense is best defense. These guys do also have pretty good movement speed and kill off some of these villagers who just cleaned the Peach Blossom. Hippopotamus being obtained. If Red sees that, that would be a great target to raid. And that did force back Magenta's entire army there. Or purple, not magenta. Halberdiers engaging these raiding cavalry quite hard there. Does take out a good formation of them. After all, these are of course counter cavalry units. And looks like the rest of these guys will be thrown away. Over here, got all these forces straight forward, including a troll got pulled in the field. He's going for some trolls to help counter. Troll throws the boulders, gets some great knockback there. Oh, we got Baragi now being pulled in the field. Here comes a battle boar. That would be a great item to knock down these fire archers. Just trying to focus on the battle board. Another gold mine being established. This time this is an A3 gold mine, which does have a more respectable 3,000 gold in there. Reds must have a bit of gold generation if he's actually doing that again. Magenta's pulling out a lot of forward production. Some throwing X-Men as well as some Huskarls. These number Huskarls there. They are medium Huskarls at the moment. A couple more Herstiers will add it. Redhead now has an army of 34 in the field versus 126. And we've got Yin just activated there. Increasing the collection rate. He is aging up now to Nuba. Get back to the Tao Ties. Goddess of Drought, what a great goddess of worship.
Yo.
Good wave of housing by red. Gotta make sure there's some traversable path. I don't know why this feels like some units get trapped there. The hippopotamus does get killed off there. Of course, he still has access to incendiary weapons and very powerful god power. And we've actually got border fortifications being established right now. Guess he didn't get enough of Supreme Commander too, getting fortifications like that. We do have now these students taking some damage trying to fall back. Another round of lightning weapon established. He's going to just try to stall it out, which he's doing a good job at that. Yeah, for Force City does offer increased movement speed for his infantry as a research option. Heavy infantry being researched, going for more Huskarls now. And Red is go ahead and resign. As Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age Mythology replay. Spawn bottom or just right side as the blue Odin, we have Wolf. Spawn left side as the red Freyr, got Dextio. What does it found to do? Neutral object or something? The Healing Spring is a owned object that can be converted like livestock. Whoever has more units nearby, it falls fall under their control, and it just simply provides a aura of healing. It's called the Healing Spring. Or Healing Fountain? Healing Spring. 1 to 3. It's just simple, cheap, free way just to get some basic healing going. Good for defense, not good for offense. And most time players do not pull back unit long enough to get healed up from it, so it's just okay. After all, pulling back units to heal them up is something that's only really seen in Kane's Wrath, honestly. Command and Conquer, Tiberian Wars 3, Kane's Wrath. Looks like blue does find a good number of piggies. And also this more exotic Pumbas.
Tilbúin?
No great hunt just yet. I'll greatly multiply the numbers. If there's none, a small amount gets more powerful each age. So he's going to try to do that in age 2. Not a bad idea if there's enough hunts nearby. There's actually quite a bit of hunts there, so that's probably a good spot for it. There's 8 delicious pieces of venison there. But then again, this is Odin here, so here's his piece of venison. Try and pick up this relic, which is Dwarven Horseshoes, increase cavalry speed by 5%. Now I do have Olor being deployed in the field, give access to the Draugr. And over here I got Freyja to give access to the Valkyrie. Did deploy in the Great Hunt over here, got a lot of additional pieces of venison. Valkyrie takes some damage here, getting hit by the Draugr as well as the town center. Draugr is one of the few sources of range damage for the Norse. They also provide a little bit of divine damage. Valkyrie trying to stab the walrus. So no Hoker born in this game. These walruses do contain 500 delicious food, so killing them early and letting them degrade is a method. Oh, plus the raven gets shot down. Birdie, no! Red could also deploy the Asgardian Bastion for a bit of extra defense. He has deployed the Asgardian Bastion for a bit of extra defense, primarily for this gold deposit. Also provide a bit of coverage for the extra towns that are behind him.
Skipan, já, hver þar?
You have now
Yeah.
Freyja pushing
Yeah.
forward, not Freyja, Valkyrie pushing her way forward, half health. Yeah, some military side units on the field. We do have this. Try and bring in the removes favor cost fortress type buildings. Relic. Gillen Bersetti immediate spawn the H2 Gillen Bersetti. Counters with the forest fire. So looks like both has gonna take some damage here. In fact, that red popped Gillen Bersetti so quickly, he really wanted to win that fight, and he will. Gillen Bersetti does have a bit of time there, does gore that one last throwing axeman, and he will subside relatively soon.
Skipan?
Gold mine now being almost depleted. Of course. Oh wait, no, there's no Thor. Freyr does not have another dwarven gold mine, but we'll have this gold mine nice and secure. Raiding cavalry, trying to raid. Does take out one of the dwarves. I'm sorry, one of the vertically challenged people. And made them life challenged people. You now have the throwing axeman here, getting a bit of passive health regen, thanks of Odin's was it 0.4 per second health regen. I also don't know if that's out of combat or at all times. Even then, if it was even in combat, I highly doubt that makes a big difference. Red's now bringing some Erdman. Dwarves getting hit once again. Does kill off one of the dwarves there.
Yow.
Big round of copper upgrades there. Red can skip the copper shields. After all, he is. They're fighting. It's a Norse mirror. You don't really have too many sources of range aims to be worried about. Only small numbers. But it's going to take time to try to kill off all the venison there. But it's already pretty much all hunting. Some of these raiding cavalry are getting hit. Oh, and also you can see this longhouse, since it was an influence of the forest fire, it has a bunch of soot all over it. You can also see that aspect on a lot of units as who live through the forest fire. It also does apply to your own units, so you don't get affected by your own fire. So you could have some units covered in soot as well. Do not have an age. I've got Scotty going for Frost Giants. Apparently people actually do love the Frost Giants, at least in the Gold Edition and Extended Edition. I'm not a really big fan of Frost Giants overall. I don't say they're bad, I just don't think they're excellent. Though with a bit of micro, it is a good way to counter your opponent's free myth units and small number of myth units, because you can lock them down with the Frost effect. Granted, micro is one thing. If you can use it, have at it. There's also probably a difference in my playstyle. I'm not a big fan of the most of the frontline myth units. I prefer the long range myth units myself. Oh. Blue's now aged up to Scotty. Has a Frost Giant here. Another Valkyrie deployed by Blue as well, made for a bit of health regen. Does have multiple Valkyries now on the field. This Valkyrie needs to keep her distance from the Hosiers. So I got a bit of hiccups there. Excuse me. And Blue's go for a healthy number of Valkyries. They're not Shield Maidens yet. Both sides should go a bit more heavy throwing axemen, though Blue only has a regular throwing axeman. Could stand to get some upgrades. He does have medium throwing axemen or medium infantry research now. Though to make it worth its while, remember these guys have 90 resources. The improves them by 10%. And medium axemen upgrade costs 300 resources. So to make that worth its while, you need to upgrade at least what? Around 30 throwing axemen to make that worth its while. Not too terribly difficult, but it is actually a significant number. You can actually hold off the medium upgrade as well as the heavy upgrade. But if you have maxed out population, then there's no way you can get more, it'd be more benefit to get for more throwing axemen, so if the medium upgrade is a good idea still. Freyr is now aging up to Asia to get access to the rock giants. One of the few melee myth units I say are pretty good. Granted, they have received a number of nerfs because beforehand they were pretty overpowered. Of course, you can lock down the rock giants with the frost giants. In other words, frost giants are pretty much an anti-myth unit, with their frost breath. Against other infantry units there, it can also help lock down individual units, but not necessarily good against scale. And likely, of course, if Freyr pops Tempest, Odin will pop Frost. Odin pops Frost, then Freyr can pop Tempest in a counterattack as well. So both their god powers can counter each other, and likely when one player pops one, the other player will pop the other. Maybe infantry reputed on up by red and by blue. The conflict may happen. Blues get split up, and it's not Scooby-Doo. You don't want to split up. Red is also going for bronze shields. Like, once again, I say you don't need to get that research, though it's only 175, so not a massive expenditure. And neither side's gone for any Gobi at the moment, or Gobi. Does freeze a Huskarl there. Red is advancing. Here comes the Tempest. Here comes the Frost. Blue's going to fall on back. He can have Odin's health to counter out the effect of Tempest. Frost lasts much longer than Tempest. That Grey Hull's going to take a beating. Let's see now. Blue does have more military units on the field, has a pretty good queue of them going. Red is trying to get more reinforced in the field, has some population space to work with. His force is pretty congested right there. The Frost Giant, the only thing you should really micro is get the Frost Giant hit the Rock Giant. Frost Giant did not do that. Massive conflict by the Rock Giant. But now the Raiding Cavalry advancing just up to Golden Axemans. Rock Giant still has plenty of health. Frost Giant has gone down. Blue still has a number of Valkyries and good. Oh, there goes Frost Giant now. Jarl's been put on the field. More Jarls push the way forward. There are great Jarls, so heavy Jarls. Got some Goldie now being put in the field. And looks like Blue has more throwing axemen on the field more. Got a Draugr here firing away. And Blue's falling back. Though I think Blue will generally win the fight. Both sides are falling back now. Both sides took a beating. Now think about it. I don't think either side won the fight. They still have some villager counts as well. Granite Giants being researched. Ballistics, Feats of Renown. More Jarls, more throwing axemans, and more Valkyries. Freyr almost has enough favor for another Tempest. Tempest, I think, is a god power that may need to be nerfed slightly, honestly. I think the frost effects from the Tempest, I don't know. It feels like the frost effects shouldn't reduce attack speed. I just think I think Tempest needs a slight nerf. After all, it does reduce attack speed, does do a lot of damage, lasts for a decent amount of time. Things that sort. Guy's not going for a secondary town center. This one will forward one rather than safe one back here. Racer now does get some good health regen here. Blue has built a bit more of an army, red has not. Fortress, a hill fort now being summoned.
Tilbury.
Blue's going for some fort production here, very nice. Interrupts the deployment of that hill fort there. Draugr gets a pretty good splash hit there. It does have piercing projectiles. Large number of forward production here, and some forward production here by Blue. Another Tempest been summoned.
Yo.
This force will head down south, this force will head more up north.
Skipan. Yo. Tilbury. Yo. Skipan.
Tilbúin.
Valkyrie's going to hit there. When these units are being picked up, Valkyrie's will be picked off as well.
Tilbury.
Does get inside the towns over there, does get on the far side. Trying to use it for defense, get some decent amount of health regen there from the Feaster now. It was just going very heavy number of throwing axemen. It was a great way to counter throwing axemen. No Valkyries remaining for a bit of health regen. And we'll build another temple there. Going for 9 waves, going for more throwing axemen.
Tilbury.
Blue's not going for a hill fort over here. Just Huskarls back here may have destroyed, I think that was a house there. We have a proxy barracks here. I just follow this, trying to intercept that hill fortress. Jarl's going straight for throwing axemen. Got a rock giant there. It's a granite giant. Orgasilery, or have I pronounced all of that? We could just name him Berg. Multiple frost giants being blown up by Blue. Number of Erdmen there to intercept these Jarls. Blue's going straight for throwing axemen once again. Hill fort will likely be destroyed once again. does get actually built. Some units being repaired on up. Little Frost Giant's trying to engage. Until more quickly goes on down there. Rock Giant does a ton of pretty good formation there. More Rock Giants being deployed in the field. Who's trying to fall back there? Cody's falling on back. Take a bit of damage there. Red's trying to clean up some of these housing now. Blue has some spare population housing, but that'll quickly change. Blue does not have too much wood in stockpile, so losing these houses is important. And Blue's also pretty low in gold as well. Speaking of gold, there's the gold mine. Getting accepted by some Huskarls. Does want the longhouse. Granite Giant 60 damage there. Does freeze this one here, but the taunt effect does not end. This doesn't end early. The X-Men on both sides. Blue and Red has more throwing axe moment, but Blue does have that +1 range as well as great tracking. Overall, it seems like Blue's being disintegrated here. Starshine does get cleaned on up there. More Grand Giants being summoned, and Red does, or Blue does go ahead and resign. As Angry saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay. Before we get started next replay, I do need his restroom. Please give me a moment. I'm back. And good night. Let's see now. One last replay I have. Yep, get my seat adjusted and there we go. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Mythology replay. Spawn on the south side as the blue Loki, we got Kibber. Spawn on the north side as the red set, we got Dudu the Spartan. I think, I have no idea. Either way, when it comes to relics on the map, we do have the Feathers of Bai Fang, giving human soldiers plus 20% damage versus buildings, which is quite nice. Over here we got the Black Lotus, which does improve farming collection rate by 10%. Over here we do have 9 cauldrons, make fortress type units. Fortress type soldiers, which for the set, I'm curious for set, does it improve all of them or? Yep, does improve all of them, so all human soldiers, not foot soldiers. Next up, Emo Head, buildings construct 10% faster.
Inejirek.
Let's see, there's the priest trying to aggravate. Oh, he's trying to stop the conversion of these units by or animals by simply aggravating them, making them walk away. Rhinoceros here does have 650 delicious of food inside of him. So it's best good eatings. Not fit for combat. Almost all the animals with set are not good for eating. In my opinion, all the animals you get should be eaten or used for defense. You now have Anubis being researched. Give access to Nubites. That rhinoceros took some hits there. It does have a decent amount of health there, so it can take a bit of a beating. And the rhinoceros does go ahead and die from dysentery there. Got some more delicious food here. I just recommend you eat them all. We got now serpents being employed in the field here as well. Going for Necropolis, improving favor generation, which is very nice. It does go use the spy or vision. And there's a spy! Does get the spy gets employed in the pharaoh who's on the front line. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Healing Spring summoned back here.
What?
You usually don't see the Pharaoh being this aggressive, ever. The Pharaoh does have good damage, of course. Anti-Mythology multiplier is actually a little bit low, but does convert it to Divine at least. We got the snakes here, and Healing Spring healing up the troll. The troll does get picked off there. Here comes the animals. These animals don't have great DPS. You got the hyena who has 45 health, which is not a lot at all. DPS is also bad. Yeah, the animals are not meant for combat. They're free animals. They are not very good in combat. They're just pretty much meant there to be eaten. Oh, looks like Red does deliver all those food to his opponent's doorstep. That's a mythological age DoorDash. I wonder if I ever used DoorDash. The Pharaoh does go heal up the Rhinoceros set. It still contains a delicious 487 food in its rib cage. Got Baboon set here, which does contain 93 food, and more of these rhinoceroses being collected up. Send them back home and send them to the fair to be eaten. Here, the priest who's obtaining some boar, so he's trying to get some Pumbas. More Pumbas of set being obtained. There's the Huskarl. And got some Axemen now being put up by Red. First is we'll go ahead and take out the priest of Set.
In which
The Anubis set probably should not be jumping on in, but the Axemen set should go ahead and engage. After all, they are the counter. Pursuers have not set, or of course classified as infantry. The Anubis should really not be charging. They are good guarding the Nubites as well. One does get picked off there. That Huskarl does get picked off there. Who's going for some raiding cavalry, also queuing up the medium cavalry research. And Set is aging up to Nephitis, because back to the Scorpion Mans as well as the Ancestors. Another Guardian Nubite. The Guardian Nubite upgrade does increase their damage by 20%, the hit points by 40%, increase the maximum range of their jump by 3, and jump attack work rate, whatever that means. I actually don't know what that means. Does it mean they jump they get to the location faster? It might. Which reduces reaction time. A decent way to help balance out some abilities. And just increasing or reducing travel time is an important effect of an upgrade. We do now have some raiding cavalry. Try and push one forward. That did not seem too particularly fast to me. So maybe increase the attack speed of it landing, thus allowing a follow-up swipe quicker. And now Set has aged on up. And the Pharaoh still has a Spire on top of him. Trying for a proxy Niggle Stronghold. And the Ancestors have been put on the field for a bit of escort. But the Boar of Set has gone down. Do now have a free troll to put on the field, trying to troll his opponent. Niggle Stronghold holds another 35 seconds. I don't think Red can get it. He does have only Axemen, really, not Spearmans. One of those has gone down. One of them is going down there. There's the Giraffes and Crocodilios of Set. Red looks like we'll manage to hold on off. The Ancestors really came on in. The Ancestors of Set. So it looks like all those villagers of Set has gone down, so it needs to bring forward some more villagers. And the Scorpion Man of Set is also engaged as well. One Giraffe of Set as well as both the Crocodiles of Set is still up and going. Villagers do get trolled. And I hear the villagers obtain some Pumbaa. Oh, there's still a baboon, but Set is still alive. There's a Niggle Stronghold will not be established there. Red has a massive stockpile of wood, maybe a little bit too much. After all, got a big idle group of villagers. Going to be eyeing to collect up some of these rhinoceros of Set. Oh, we've got a Pelt of Argus up here, hiding in the corner. Improve line of sight of villagers buildings by 6, very nice. Oh, all units line of sight, not buildings. And starting to heal up the Scorpion Man of Set. We do now have the Cave Troll being researched, allows Troll's opponent a little bit more effectively. Gives an additional charge attack range by 1.5. No, add charge range damage area, which means it would have a larger splash damage to knock back more units to do and apply more damage across the area. And of course, the charge attack range damage by 100% as well, so they will start throwing bigger boulders. And still going for some Axemans of Set rather than going for some Spearmans of Set. We is going for some Chariot Archers of Set and does go for a Heavy Camels of Set, and starting to pull out some more Heavy Camel Riders of Set. There's the Heavy Chariot Archers of Set as well. Oh, and their Giraffes of Set here are going to be obtained by blue. They do have some delicious food in them. There's about 750 food from the obtained. Very nice. And there's also a Boar of Set there as well, a Pumbaa of Set. Nubites do charge away forward as well. Got a Scorpion Man set in their group as well as a Baboon set. Still a significant number of raiding cavalry here. Healing Spring there, very nice. And multiple Cave Trolls now on the field, 3 of them. You see here, 3 AoE, 90 damage, so that's a bit of a shock attack. The Nubites, a set does charge forward, take out one of the Cave Trolls. And a great hit there as well.
And we.
Yeah, he does have 2 priests to help heal the formation though. Does take out those Pumbas. Blue's now aging on up to Njord, give access to the Mountain Giants. Also gives him access to another siege weapon in the form of the Walking Woods. It gives you some cheap free siege units. Depending on how many trees are nearby, such as here or here, they can do some good work. This is, of course, the Pharaoh number 2, which means that is the second Pharaoh of Set. The first one, Pharaoh of Set, has died. The laborers of Set getting picked off by the raiding cavalry, though. They are going to stand and fight. And got some cameras coming in for our intercept course, which are anti-range cavalry units with a little bit of anti-range to them. The Pharaoh set empowering the mining camp there, but can only empower 1. I guess he can worry about efficiency when around another gold deposit. He's probably just trying to quickly grab this one as quickly as he can. Though I think with the amount of villager saturation here, he should definitely be empowering this one. No, he's empowering the mid-gold stronghold. Never mind, not the mining camp of Set. He's empowering the mid-gold stronghold of Set. That improves production. But he is behind a military force. Good number of chariot archers of Set right now available. And no unique research there.
Into you.
I always forget which the minor gods had the bone bow to improve the chariot archers with +2 range. Copper shields, bronze armor. You've got some Jarls being put on the field. Looks like they were all. Nope, they are great Jarls or heavy Jarls. Mountain Giant here. Raiding cavalry trying to hit these village laborers of Set. The camel rider Set do push way forward. A Nubites jumps on top of the heavy raiding cavalry. Now going to be power building this guy here as well. Maybe get some research for him. The Walking Woods being established there for a nice little flank. Go straight for the monuments, I would say. The monuments of Set. But the overall just being a distraction there. Go for some forward hill forts now. And the Mountain Giant is getting hit quite hard. Nubites are set to jump on in. Raiding cavalry do take out the priest or the pharaoh of Set. Nice little pick there. He does bring up the Walking Woods there. I really think he should have, in a big engagement, he could have summoned some Walking Woods and start attacking the House of Set, as well as the Monument Soldiers of Set. I mean, take out the monuments would be very good. Loki's now researching Vikings. Giving his raiding cavalry produce gold additional favor when fighting enemy units. He also has queued up Hell, which gives access to all giants, as well as the Nidhogg. Definitely the Fire Giant's the best of the giants, in my opinion. Though granite giants are pretty good second, I would say. Frost giants have their use, and mountain giants. They're no bad giants, just evil giants. The Erdmen trying to set the heavy camel riders of Set.
In which?
And they will start engaging that wooden gate. Task one of them back to repair up that wooden gate. But did a good job warding them away. The chariot archers of Set coming over here as well in pretty fair numbers. And Hell is now being researched as well. Nidhogg will be very effective against these human soldiers, of course. And Set has not gone for enough priests of Set, likely. We need a good number of them. And a fair number of priests of Set here, engaging the Walking Woods. They're classified myth units, so do get smited. 4 towns taking out Blowing Field. 4 battery rounds do a fair number to the mid-gold stronghold of Set. Patrols do find a pretty good volley there. Yeah, here comes Chariot Archers coming for a flank, looking to track down a purple battering ram. And we got a massive number of raiding cavalry and girls being pulled out by Blue. Or Red designed for some more heavy camel riders of Set and heavy Chariot Archers of Set. Camel doing a good job taking out all those riders. A free Valkyrie pulled by Blue from Loki. Scorpion Man Set still alive, taking some decent damage here. Little fort's going to go on down from the siege towers of Set. And there's Mythic Age. Nidhogg has been summoned. And of course with the Fire Giant here, Fire Giant just needs to be a move forward. Fire Giant rolled a sizable miss there for the special attack. Fire Giant does take out some Camel Riders of Set, as with the Scorpion Man of Set. A couple priests here to engage the Fire Giant. And Red has obtained this Healing Spring, which could be very useful. Blue needs to get that for the Fire Giant to turn into a Water Giant. Oh wait, I was think there was 2 Healing Springs on field. Throw back in further. Fire Giant does go down. Nidhogg is starting to summon. Get some damage going. Some great attacks there. Immolating a good number of those Chariot Archers Set. The Priest of Set keeps good damage. Now the Pharaoh of Set is also in the mix as well. But almost all the Chariot Archers Set has gone down. And does use his ability there to move around. Of course, Nidhogg, I don't think has anywhere to regenerate any health. Even being close to the healing spring, it cannot drink. The warriors and gatherers up here taking some hits there. There's nothing really left over here. Oh, there's a relic way over here. Tusk of Dan Kang, give you pigs. I'm not sure where the Nidhogg is at the moment. There's Nidhogg. Nidhogg does have crush damage, so it can engage structures. This right now trying to go for more raiding cavalry, trying to go for the champion cavalry as well. He has plenty of gold, needs more food. Nidhogg getting picked off a little bit by the legal stronghold of Set. Scrolls here that may have been from the collection location there. And a lot of this stuff's getting healed on up. And Nidhogg is just staying up north, not much as can do. I think Blue's probably going to resign relatively soon. Not sure how much left he has in him. Blue has army of 78 on the field. The Nidhogg does consume how much population? It is free, 0 population. The Blue has an army on the field, which is growing larger. Not really. Plenty of gold. He needs more food at the moment, looks like. Big round of Jarls being pulled in the field. These are right now great Jarls, so heavy Jarls. Nidhogg trying to come down south to engage the villager set. We got the Pharaoh set here. And decides to charge away, took some hits there. The Nidhogg has 170 health remaining, nothing too much. He's on pushing forward, has a sizable force here. The Nubite snipe set jump forward. Got a number of these siege towers of set, which don't offer much DPS against these units. Battle Boar got forward spawn there. Blue's counterattack is quite significant. Red's trying to go for a forward legal stronghold of set. Red's trying to fall back there. Blue had enough time to recover. In fact, Blue right now has more military units in the field. They have similar village numbers as well.
Greek.
Right now, Blues has a size much more larger military force in the field. Has his healing spring here as well, so now he has both healing springs. He gets some good health regen. Raiding Cavalry does find these laborers a set, starting to pick them off. Right now, Red is low on gold as well as food. Wood's not too high as well. Red's scraping the bottom of the barrel. He's starting to transition to farms now, but you'll need more gold for that. And Blue's done a good job locking down parts of the map. Blue has a pretty good production queue going. Of course, none of that can actually be deployed in the field until he gets more population space. He does have right now 2 town centers, no fortified town centers. Has these queued up, one for champion cavalry as well. Red is trying to get some more Nubites and camel riders of set. Poison Spear is a worthless upgrade in my opinion, and got the Medium Spearman of Set also queued on up. Iron Shields and Bronze Breastplates. This does get a free mission there, another Draugr. Resurn pushes way forward. Blue has a larger force in the field at the moment. Both sides have not that high civilian population as well. Targets too far away there. Chariot archers are set being overran. Camel archers as well. Not camel archers, camel riders are set. And overall, Red's force is just disintegrating. And Set does go ahead and resign. This is Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. That's the last replay I had saved up. Now on to some live replays. Let's see, go to the bottom list and see if we can't find anything good. Keep an eye on some of the replay names. That name seems familiar. Never mind. Let's see, anything. Wait, that one's. Could do that one. Not high, but better, above average. People start out at 1,000, so anything above 1,000 will be okay. Higher the better. Guess we'll just start going from the bottom. See if we can't find anybody. Should probably avoid anything that says Xbox because of the controller. Yeah, this one was okay, wasn't it? Yeah, we'll just do that one. Try to get decent Link 3 play and start from there. And Freya matchup. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age Mythology replay. Spawn top left side as the blue Freyr, we got Genius Goatee. Spawn bottom right side as the red Freyr, we got I Laser V. When it comes to relics on the map, we do have the Savaldifari Sledge, probably butchered that name well enough. Removes the favorite cost of fortresses, not bad. Got the Feathers of Zheng Wei, gives a small trickle of wood, always nice to have. We do have the Bridle of the Pegasus, get your free Pegasus here, that's a pretty good one. And we got the Hectate's Torches, a very fun one, reduce the cooldown cost and time of your god powers. So both the first skill and percentage will go from 0 to 0. When it of course comes to Freyr, this is what the first upgrade is. You got Freyr or Oler. Forest Fire is an okay god power. Valkyries are a decent myth unit, provides some healing. This is where Freyja becomes good. It gives access to cavalry and speed and hit points. As well as get your goatees early and make all your heroes have additional 10% hit points. Versus the Uldor, which does give the Asgardian Bastion a very good god power. Draugrs, an okay myth unit. I've seen, they're not fantastic, but they're not bad either. You get the Longhouse increased movement speed by 5%, and of course, reduce your Asgardian Bastion's favor cost and early portable batting rams. Not to mention, I forgot to mention Fraser's past effects. Has opponent god power, gets more powerful each ages. Technology costs 50% less, but takes 150% longer to research. Hill Forts and Hill Forts and Hill Fort units do +% damage. Repairing buildings is absolutely free, and gatherers and dwarves can repair. Dwarves, not dwarvers. Both players eyeing for Uller, so this mirror matchup, we got a bit more of a mirror matchup. Blue's going for husbandry because all these goats need a husband. Only has 2 at the moment. More goats being sent on home. Red has a large number of goats. Sounds like we've got a couple relics there. Both players aged on up. Red has rotated structures like a heretic. And blue does pick up the free Pegasus. And let's see, Huskarl's getting pursued without the Asgard Bastion being pulled down south by red. Of all this infrastructure here, it looks like red may be eyeing for a relatively early expansion towards the more central settlement, which does provide protection down over here. Who's pulling an Asgard Bastion to help protect this gold deposit, as well as provide some coverage from his opponent's likely advance. The Asgard Bastion may not be deployed in time. We have 8 military units here versus 8 military units. Both side struggles engaged, showing accident now engagement. Blue has some herdmen on the field as well. Both they immediately got picked on off. Asgard Bastion has another 80 seconds before being fully built. Struggles to find another volley there.